Hey guys, it's Ryan here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, and today we're doing another comic book review. Today we're looking at Transformers number 16, and this was a really fun issue. I really enjoyed myself. So this is by Dan and Warren Johnson with Jorge Corona as the artist, and I think he has the longest run on this story. And Sarah Stern is the colorist. And you know, I feel like you were missing Mike Spicer a bit in this because her coloring isn't bad. I like it, but it feels kind of off. It feels different from before. And I'm a little bit upset about that. I feel like it would have been great to have a, cohesive coloring throughout the whole story, since that's kind of the only thing that stays consistent besides the, writer. But it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really make too much of a difference. It's just like, it feels a bit more washed out, if that makes sense. Like the color choices are a little bit different in a way that is noticeable, but not ultimately all that important, if that makes sense. It just kind of, I don't know, I just want to complain about it because I do. So yeah, it opens up on Cybertron, Elita 1, Blue Streak, and Cliffjumper at this spot where his people died. Apparently his clan was murdered by Megatron or Starscream or something in this place, and he buried them here. And he didn't just bury them, he also hid something valuable with them. And it turns out that it's this spark container that's filled with fragments of the different sparks of the people that he was that were his family, and together they can create one new life form. They can create one new transformer through it, but they have to go to a special place to do so, and that's deep in enemy territory. So they're gonna try to do this, but it's very dangerous, right? But this is pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen the birth of a Transformer before. Like, I know that they can die and then be resuscitated if you can bring energy back to their spark and stuff like that, but I had never thought about the process in which they were born, right? I just kind of assumed they were assembled, and that was that, right? Now, apparently there is a certain spiritual element that needs to be there, and that's the spark. That's basically their soul. It's also like their heart, right? So it's pretty interesting. I quite like it. I just... it's not something I thought about before, right? So, yeah, we transition over to Earth, where we see Soundwave ordering the Constructicons to combine, so that we have Devastator versus Bruticus fighting. It looks awesome. Very cool. I really love it. It's so amazing. It's so enjoyable. And Starscream is fighting Soundwave. Astro Train, in his train form, rams into Soundwave and knocks him off balance. And this is when Thundercracker is asked to attack Starscream. And what he does is actually just kind of fly away after this, because Starscream tells him, hey, Soundwave is just as bad as me. He's the one that helped me kill the other Seeker, right? I can't remember his name. But he basically says this to Thundercracker. Thundercracker initially doesn't want to believe it, but he does end up running away after driving Starscream off a cliff, because Starscream has like the tank body right now. So he takes control of his little controller, he drives it backwards, and Starscream falls off a cliff, right? And so he runs away at this point, and Optimus sees everything from afar. He's having a bit of an episode here. He sees the body of a child full of mechanical wires, and it's almost like he's seeing the birth of an Autobot at the same time as he's seeing the memories of Spike's dad as he sees his son walk for the first time. And this combination really drives him crazy because he doesn't understand what's going on, right? And he shoots a dam near where everyone is fighting, and all hell breaks loose. The water washes all away, and then this is when Trailbreaker, who had recently been woken up, manages to survive and save two children that were kind of in the way. And he does this by erecting a special dome around them. And it's very cool. I really like this. I really enjoy his introduction because it's very fun and enjoyable the way he does it, right? He kind of makes a name for himself. He shows up powerfully in a way that's really enjoyable and friendly towards children. I like that. Cybertron is our main focus at this point now. And a new Autobot is needed, but it's dangerous to get there. But Cliff decides to stay on Cybertron. He doesn't want to go back to Earth, basically because he feels abandoned, sort of. Or maybe he sees that it was wrong to leave Cybertron and go follow Optimus. That maybe they should have stayed here because the war is horrible and people need leadership, right? And to me, this moment feels a bit sad and maybe not sinister per se, but definitely disappointing. I think that Cliff needs to return to Earth and find Carly and his friends again. And the thing is that he probably won't do that for a while, if he ever does, while Danny Warren Johnson is writing him, because his story has led to this like loss of innocence or this loss of faith, and he needs to find it himself again. So I like that. I think that Danny Warren Johnson is doing a great job at taking us and the Transformers, the Autobots specifically, on these very interesting journeys, right? Things that I've never seen before, because, you know, they're soldiers. They have to deal with reality, and they have to deal with death and murder and all of these crazy things, and we rarely see that explored. So I like that. I think it's very, very well done. I really enjoy it. Now we return to Earth, and we see that Laserbeak has found a Megatron. So that's what Soundwave sent him on. That is the task that he had been given, and Megatron doesn't have eyes right now. And so Laserbeak removes some of his wiring and passes it to Megatron. He plugs it into his eye holes, and now he can see through Laserbeak. And that's very cool. It's an awesome image, and this is the return of Megatron. We are finally going to see him again, and I'm very excited about that. I think it's been a while since Megatron was visible, basically since last year's May issue, right? So yeah, I'm very excited about this. I think it's going to be very, very fun. And I think we only have 8 issues left of Danny Warren Johnson before he moves on, right? He said 24 issues. I'm hoping that maybe he does 25, but we'll see. Either way, this was a wonderful issue. I really, really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it. I think that the journey that he's putting the Transformers through is awesome. I think that Megatron showing up is great. And I'm very happy with the characters and how they're moving through this story, right? So there you go. Those are my thoughts on Transformers number 16. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys later.